Easiest doesn't always mean the smartest, by Mason Nadeau. Alright, that was a pretty big mess you made. But wait till you hear what I did. My parents were pissed. When I was 4 years old, I made a big mess. It happened in my first home in Ephrata, Pennsylvania. The house was situated on the middle of a hill, so the backyard sloped down towards the back of the house. But this hill was so steep, we had to have a staircase put in it in order to walk down it safely. To my 4-year-old eyes, it was pretty much a cliff, and my parents told me not to play on it. So one summer afternoon, I was at the top of the hill playing because there was a flat area at the top. I was allowed to play up there. I was doing my thing, playing with my dump truck and whatnot. My parents were on the back porch cleaning and organizing. Now I couldn't tell you why, but there was a gallon milk jug filled with motor oil at the top of the hill where I was. And sure enough, my dad calls from the bottom, "Hey Mace, can you bring that jug of oil to the bottom for me?" And I get wide-eyed and point to the jug, and he nods in affirmation. So I walk up and grabbed it, and boy was it heavy. So I walked over and I picked it up with all of my 4-year-old strength and paused. Do I walk down all those steps with this heavy jug, or do I push it down the hill? After a brief moment, my decision had been made. The jug seemed sturdy, my dad seemed like he needed it quickly, so I sent the jug on its way, tumbling down the hill. I watched in admiration of my quick thinking, while my dad got wide-eyed and braced for impact. Sure enough, it exploded. Everywhere. Needless to say, they were not impressed with my decision. My dad just sat there, frozen, stunned by what had just happened, and I quickly realized what I had done. But a few lessons were learned that day. 1. Motor oil is a nightmare to clean up, especially a gallon of it. 2. Don't do that ever again, as stated by my father. He certainly has a way with words. And the third lesson, I didn't realize what it actually was until many years later, when my parents brought up my monumental mess at a dinner discussion. That lesson is this: sometimes the easiest path is not always the smartest. Life is not always meant to be easy, and when we try and make it easy, it can sometimes bite us in the butt. When doing a task, do it right the first time, because it can require much more effort to clean up the mess you made, rather than putting in more effort the first time and doing it right then. Now, at 18 years old, I subconsciously think of this event before doing most tasks, big or small. And believe it or not, I haven't spilled a gallon of motor oil since.